Hello tarot lovers, this is Mervet from the Egyptian Mystic. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is very special. I want to share my best modified decks. This is a very interesting topic and I know that many of you would love to modify their decks. I've been asked many questions about the tools I use and how I do edge my decks and trim them. And many of you might be scared to destroy their decks. Actually, I did destroy and ruin many of my decks while learning, but it's a very soothing exercise, and I really enjoy it. And any deck, I almost edge all my decks. Not all of them I trim, but most of them I edge. So I use these scissors to to trim the edges, and you will need this corner trimmer to do the corners. And of course you will need lots of markers. I have a large box with markers of all colors, and whenever I go to the stationery I pick new markers, and it really makes a huge difference. Today I want to share with you the decks that I'm so proud of. I'm happy of the edging I did do, and not all my decks, of course, that I edged, but I picked some of them, and it's a VR invitation invite to anyone who would like to share his modified decks. So first deck I want to share with you is this Lellan deck. It's a gorgeous deck with these beautiful backs, and it had the cards were like this size, and it had all these borders, the beige borders. I first edged it in the same color, and then I couldn't work with it well, so I trimmed it and edged it again. So I decided to remove the borders, but I faced a problem. That is, all the minors, you have the title is written on the bottom, and for the majors, the title, there was here the keyword of the card, and what is it there, so here the Paradus is the fool, the fool character, and here it was written the fool. So I decided to remove the part written down and keep the title of the card, because it's better like this. I didn't want to lose these, and kept and removed this part in the top. It was just beige, and so it looked like this. So all the measures, you will see the title on top, and for all the minors the title is written on the bottom. And I feel more comfortable with this deck this way. I edged it in this beautiful orange or dark yellow to match these, and also the yellow is the dominant color, especially with the minors. And I feel so happy with this deck after I did edge it. It's a beautiful deck, and here you see all the measures. You see the title on top. I don't have to, I mean, this is the Hermit, so I know that it is the Hermit. Lady of the Fountain is the Justice card. So it is clear. Lake of Maidens is the Moon, and here all the minors are here with this is the suit of wands, as you see, and the colors are gorgeous, and it's a beautiful deck. It's a pity that it's not borderless, and it should be a little bit larger, because it is a stunning deck. One of those classics that, I mean, must-haves. This is a deck that stays forever. It's not just a clone. It's a gorgeous deck with a very powerful energy and amazing artwork, and the guidebook is just stunning. So that was the first deck I wanted to share with you, my Lellan. I'd love to know how you see these decks, and if you like it this way or not. I mean, it's a very interesting topic, and I would love to see all the modified decks. And here is the Aquarian Tarot. This is also a deck I'm proud of my trimming and modifying. You know this gorgeous old deck, the Aquarian? It's so pretty. It's by US Games, and it had these ugly borders, and you see it was so large. So I started trimming it, and I faced a problem. There is a difference between the majors and the minors. So let me show you what did I face. Here there is the minors were a little bit larger, and there was only one, this part, a white part that had the title written on it. And for the majors, each major card has a different border. Some of them are smaller, some are larger, like this, you see. The lovers here, you see a large, thicker border. In the chariot, you see something on the top and the title, which how it's written. For the strength card too, and here. So I was faced with this problem. I did not want to, I wanted to keep the beautiful borders. You see, it's a gorgeous deck. This is, I mean, they are really different. And here the tower, the star, the moon. It's an amazing deck. I mean, I didn't want to show you all the cards, but I could not help it. You see the colors and the elegance and the prettiness of this deck. So I removed all the white borders, and when here I did start trimming this, the minors, I found that they are longer. They were not the same height. This was shorter, you see. So I decided to trim a part from the top and part from the bottom, so that it could be the same size. And it took me a long time, and I used the ruler to measure the cards. So this is a very tricky and challenging deck. It was not easy to modify at all, but I'm so happy with the outcome. I removed a larger part from the top, and I tried to remove smaller from here so that I can read, the titles could be read clearly. And that is the outcome. That's how the deck became. It's so pretty. The colors and the images are gorgeous. This is, I love this deck. It has very powerful energy, and it's a great reader, a classic deck. One, I mean, this is a must-have deck too. It's really very pretty. And edging it and trimming it made a huge difference, because the borders were really too wide, and I did not like the backs. So I did edge it afterwards with this beautiful color. This is a dark red color, but I used two markers, dark red, and then I lightened it with a lighter tone. So that's the outcome. I'm so proud of this beautiful Aquarian Tarot. That was another challenging deck. And then let me show you another deck. This is the Herb Crafter's Tarot, and this is a deck that is liked by many people. It's very well known, and I have not seen it trimmed at all. It had white borders. The backs are gorgeous, as you see. So I decided to remove the borders and kept this the bottom part, because it had the title and the name of the plant. And I edged it in this green color to match the backs, and it's the dominant color, the green. And I feel much better with this deck after trimming it. The images are very pretty, and you can see clearly, and I love it. It's a beautiful deck that I need to work with more, and really trimming it made a huge difference. So that was another deck that I liked. So please, if you really have a modified deck, and it was, especially if it was a challenging deck, it would be so nice to know your opinion and to share your modified decks, because it's really a very interesting topic, and I love seeing modified decks. This is another deck that I did a lot of modifying. The Goddess Tarot by Chris Valder. And you see, this stack box had the cards. You see, they were very large. Let me show you the cards. So these were the original size, and I made it this size. You see, let you just have a look at the backs. I removed all the white borders, and I removed also, there was another orange border and white border, so I removed them all. I kept this one, the inner border, because it was really pretty this way. And look at, they are different. It is different colors. Each card is different. So it looks so beautiful after removing the white ugly borders. And these are the measures. It's all goddesses. And then here are this is the suit of wands. It has this inner border, this color, this pattern, and with the cups, the inner border is blue. I kept it. The swords have a different motif here. So, like this. And then here we have the pentacles, has these beautiful borders. And this is another, some cards from the major arcana. So this deck is one of the decks that I'm so happy with my modification. And also I did use the corner, the corner trimmer to use the large size. So you see, it is the size large. So I love the cards this way. I'm so happy with it. I did edge it in this color, the same color as the borders. And this is one of the decks that I love and I'm really proud of. That was my Goddess, the Goddess Tarot by Chris Waldher. And then another deck is, let me clear some space. Another deck I did modify, the Jeopardy's Tarot. This is a gorgeous tarot, beautiful deck that's underrated. You don't see a lot, although it's really a piece of art. And let me show you the size of the cards. These are the size. These were the cards, large, and the backs, as you see. But it has this gray, green-gray border, but for the cards themselves, it was white. There was a white border. So I removed all the white borders from the inside. And so this became thinner, as you see. And I edged it in this color, the same color, this exact color. That's why I buy many markers, because if you don't have the proper color that matches it, it will not be so pretty. You could, of course, edge it in yellow, for example, but of course, when it is the same color, it makes a huge difference. So this is the deck after modifying it. The images are very clear and pretty. It's a gorgeous deck, beautiful artwork, amazing colors. And I'm in love with this beautiful card, beautiful deck. It's a very nice tarot deck. That was the Jeopardy's Tarot and how I did modify it. And then let me show you another deck that I modified. It's this True Heart Tarot. This is also one of the decks that I bought last year. A very pretty deck, really beautiful deck. And these are the cards. It had white borders, and so you couldn't see the images clearly. I trimmed it and I edged it in this red color to match the backs, and it made a huge difference. This deck is one of the best mass market decks, modern decks that came out last year. I did show it on my channel several times, and it is a stunning deck. Really so special. It has some images are amazing and quite different, not a clone. Some cards are really uniquely expressed, like this depicted. This is the Five of Swords, for example, a stunning image. The Two of Swords, it's a gorgeous deck. I mean, this is one of the best mass market decks. So I felt completely different after trimming this deck. The images are more evident. You see it clearly, and I love it. That was the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. The only thing I don't like about this deck is the package. I hate it when the cards are divided like this. But what can we do? So that was another deck, the True Heart Tarot. And then let me show you this deck. This is the Spiral Tarot, an old deck that I had since a long time, but it is a beautiful deck. And this deck was really challenging. The cards were this large. It had purple borders and then this another red small border, and the backs are blue. There is no connection between the borders and the backs, and that's what I didn't like about this deck. But then I was really frustrated. I didn't know what to do, how to edge it. So I did edge it. I removed the purple borders, but I kept this small red border so that it could match the titles. So, I mean, I felt better like this. I removed all the purple and I edged it in blue, the same color as the backs. And I love this deck. It looks much, much better. And I did a video showing this deck after, while I was trimming it. But there is a card, you see, the white border is very, it is not a border. It's like you're going around the cards with a white marker. So it looks really pretty. And the images are great. This is a stunning deck that really should have been done in larger size, because it's a very unique deck with very special images, especially the measures. An old deck that is really much loved and very well known. But what I did, let me show you my King of Cups. You see the King of Cups? I tried to remove these white borders, so this is the only card that I trimmed, removing the white borders. And I was, for a long time, I was comparing these two cards and I didn't know, should I remove the white, small white border or keep it? So I went on, I really was very hesitant what to do. But I decided to keep the white borders. Although when I showed it on my channel before, many commented that this card looks better. I would love to know your opinion, but I'm ready to remove the white borders and trim it for the third time. But I feel that this small white border is, you know, it's not bad at all. I like it actually. So that was my Spiral Tarot, which was really challenging, but removing the purple borders made a huge difference. It's, of course, the cards became smaller, but it's okay. I mean, at least I can work with it, and I feel connected to it much more. And then let me show you another deck which was very challenging. It's this one. This is the Crystal Tarot. The Crystal Tarot is a gorgeous deck. These were the backs with these white borders. It was this size. And the cards are gorgeous. I removed the white borders, but there was a problem. You see, there is part of the cards have this small line, as if this white bottom border it's not till the end. There is a line, a green line here, and there is another line here. So I felt I did not want to remove it and keep only the colored image. I wanted to keep the two lines. I think it looks prettier. And then I removed part of the top card because, you know, as low Scarabeo, they always write all the with all languages. But of course, I had a problem because of the numbers. You see, here for the measures, the title is written here, if you can see clearly here, and the number of the card was here. So I could still remove it all, but I want to keep the title. So I did it this way. You will find some of the cards, the number is quite small, but that was the best thing I could achieve. This deck is stunning. The artwork is amazing, and it's so intricate. Look at the Justice card. It's so intricate and amazing. The artwork is stunning, but I don't think it would have been easy to read with if I removed all the titles from the top. So I decided to keep it. I mean, the minors are easy. The minors are easy, but the majors, I don't think it was easy. So I hope you can tell me how you see this deck. Is this the best way to do or not? I would love to know your opinion. And these are the court cards you see here. So all the minors are easy to interpret without this part. My problem will be with the majors. It's a stunning deck. It is a stunning deck. So artistic and gorgeous. Have a look again at the majors. You see, I kept this small title and the number. I could have removed it. It would be like this. If this is better or not, it's okay with the minors, but with the majors, you see, if I removed it like this, and some cards are not so clear, like this is the Pope, this is the Justice card. I would love to know your opinion. This is a beautiful deck, and it took me a long time to be able to modify it and feel, you know, confident and happy about it. And another deck was this beautiful Herbal Tarot. This is also a gorgeous deck. Let me show you the cards. It had these white borders, a very calming and soothing deck. One of the oldies, a gorgeous deck. So I did remove the white borders, and I kept, although I don't like the sharp edges, but I kept it sharp like this because I did not want to destroy the image, because there are small borders, colored borders, you see, red, blue, yellow, green, and so on. And it really adds to the cards. It looks very pretty. So I did it this way, and I edged it all in green, the same color as the leaves. And I'm so happy and proud of my edging. This is a gorgeous deck. I don't see it a lot on channels, but it is such a beautiful deck. Very, very nice, with calming energy, and the images are very nice, and it's a clone. I don't have the guidebook. The little white book doesn't talk a lot about the herbs used. I don't know why did I buy it without the guidebook. Anyhow, I'm working with it as a clone, and I use the little white book sometimes. And this is a stunning deck, a very, very beautiful deck, and I'm so happy with my modification. So let's move on. You know, I do enjoy modifying my deck. It's a very relaxing thing to do. You will feel connected to the cards when you do work with them after modifying. So I really encourage you all to do this. Don't be afraid. It will look nice. Try with one of these mass market decks that if it's ruined, you can buy another copy. This is the Halloween Tarot. You see this? There are white borders here. I removed all the borders and the images are so pretty and gorgeous, amazing. And I love this orange part. So I did trim it and edged it in orange, and I love it. It's one of the best Halloween decks. It's well known and still available in Amazon, and it is a pleasure to work with this deck. I mean, I'm happy with these older decks. They are very nice, very pretty. I feel so nostalgic because this is one of my earliest decks. And then when I found that still there is a white border, I tried to color the back borders. So I did it. I wasn't so successful in all the cards, but I will redo it again. So this is my Halloween modified deck. I love, love, love this deck. And then again, let me show you this one. This is a beautiful deck that took a lot of effort. This is the Harmonious Tarot. It had these borders that was the size of the cards, and I did trim this deck 2 times. First I edged it without removing the borders, and then I didn't like it, so I did trim it. I removed all the titles. There was a large white part here with the name of the card in all the languages as Los Caraballo's older decks. So I removed all the part, and then I have this deck has no titles at all. I kept only these borders, and it is much, much, much better. It became a small deck, but it's pretty. I did edge it in this color to match this this dominant color, and I feel so happy with the deck this way. It's a clone, very easy to read with. This is the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant. So I went through all the measures, and I found that I can differentiate between them. So I decided to remove the top white part of the cards and have a look at them. And these are the minors. You can count the ones here. You can know the cards. So, and then here is the court cards, the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, 3. You see, it's beautiful deck. It's amazing. And this is a deck that I don't see a lot on channels. It's an older deck, still available in Amazon. And by trimming it, I feel completely different about this deck. I love it much, much more, and it's perfect. And these are the pentacles. So I'm happy with this beautiful deck that I did trim it, and I wanted to show it to you. And then I have another deck that is, I have no space here. This deck. This is the Mystic, I can't remember the title. Navigators Tarot of the Navigators Tarot of the Mystic Sea, because it's really a long title. These were the cards, you see, before trimming. This is the size. And here there was a large white border, and even here the bottom part was even larger. So I trimmed it all, and I kept these 2 white parts, and because I wanted to have the keyword here, and I'm so happy with my trimming. I feel completely connected to this gorgeous deck. It's a Thoth deck, and the colors are amazing, the artwork is amazing, and it has these characters that look like aliens. It has all the colors that you could imagine. A beautiful deck. I love it so much, and I love what I did. I was hesitant which color should I trim it with. I wanted to do it with yellow or orange, but I decided to do it on green. So this is the deck after trimming. A beautiful small deck that is really gorgeous. And then let me show you another deck. I have many decks here. This is another deck that I did trim it completely. I removed everything. I removed all the white borders and the titles and everything. That's the Tarot of the Magical Forest. It's a much loved deck. People like it so much. Many people talk about it, and I mean, it's I saw it on many channels. This is a beautiful, cute deck. I removed all the borders with all the titles that were here with all languages by Los Carabeo, and I use it without any words. So I have only the image, you see. It's a beautiful, cute deck, and really you can read intuitively. This is the Chariot. You can many cards you can interpret easily, and I love it really. It's a beautiful, cute deck. That is the Magical Forest, Tarot of the Magical Forest. It's so dreamy and really has sense of humor. A beautiful deck to work with. The minors are easy to interpret. These are the... But I was confused between the King and Queen. You know, they are very close to each other. You have to be to look closely. The minors are very easy to differentiate, but the Queen and King sometimes. So this is a beautiful, cute deck. Look at the Six of Swords. A beautiful, I love it really. Very beautiful deck. So I adore it really. So that was the Tarot of the Magical Forest. A beautiful, gorgeous deck. One of my oldies. I think this was maybe my third deck that I did trim it. I was quite afraid at the beginning, and this is Tarot of the Sacred Rose Tarot, a beautiful, gorgeous, older deck. It had white borders, and I removed all the borders. I edged it in this metallic purple, and this deck has one of the best measures. I love the measures. This is the Fool, the Magician. Look at this, especially the measures. Not a card is like the other. The title is written differently. The High Priestess, the Empress. A beautiful, beautiful deck. Look at this Justice card. And then here we have the Strength card. Gorgeous, gorgeous. The Hanged Man. I love the Death card. Wow. The Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon. This deck, oh, I love it. I really feel so happy when I have it in my hands. So I kept this this small, you know, if you can see closely, this small border that had this like dotted black and white. And I love this deck so much. That was the Sacred Rose, and that's how I trimmed it. It became smaller, a little bit smaller, but I like it much, much more. And I did also this deck. This is the Cosmic Tarot. Quite interesting. One of those beautiful older decks. And this is the Spanish edition. And it has beautiful backs, gorgeous backs. I removed the borders, and it is amazing. You can see the images clearly. This is a very interesting thing. Very, very beautiful. Dramatic. I mean, some cards are really like this. Chariot. Look at the Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. Look at this. Look at this Temperance card. And this. the Star card. Oh, and the Moon. Gorgeous. And the World cards. Stunning. A stunning deck. So I removed the borders and I feel much, much better when I did that. Didn't know what color to edge it with. I didn't want to use the blue, so I decided to do it in different colors. So that was my Cosmic Tarot. And then this is the ShadowScapes Tarot. Well-known deck. All of you knows it, of course. This is one of the decks that stays forever. I removed the borders and I trimmed it in different colors. And I have another copy without removing the borders, and I had edged it in this purple color. I don't have it close to me, it's somewhere. And I love this deck after trimming. I also have the Czechish copy. It's larger and it's gilded, but I'm thinking of trimming it too because I don't like gilded cards. And I edge it in the same color, purple. I'm thinking of this. So that was one of my ShadowScapes Tarots. I have 3 copies, as I told you. This is the one I trimmed, the only one that I trimmed, and I decided to give it different colors. You see, like this. It looks pretty. I love edging my cards with different colors. It's also beautiful. This is the Dreaming Way Tarot. Beautiful older deck. As you see, I removed also the borders and trimmed it in this and edged it in this beautiful color, green, the same color of this. That's why I always say that if you are intending to edge your decks and modify them, having different colors of markers will really help a lot. It doesn't have to be an expensive marker, and you can start with those markers that are based on water so that you can, if you make mistakes, you can just clean it immediately. And then when you feel more confident, you can get some other markers that you can't remove easily. So that was my Dreaming Way Tarot, a beautiful, sweet, childish, youthful deck with high sense of humor. I love it, love it, love it. So let's move on. I still have like 3-4 decks. These are not all the decks that I modified, but I picked some of the decks that I mean were a little bit challenging. So this is the fantastic Universal Fantasy Tarot. It had black borders. From the back had nice black borders, but from the front there was white borders. So I removed the borders and I removed part of it from the top, so it became a little bit thinner, but you just see only the number. So I edged it in this different tones of orange and yellow, brown, orange and yellow, so that it matches the backs. I love my etching. It took me a long time to do it so that it can be this way. I used different 3 markers, dark brown, yellow, and darker yellow. And you see the images are it's a busy deck, not a very easy deck to use because the images are very beautiful, but it's not so easy to read with. I don't think it's good for beginners. So that's why I kept all the titles on top, and I feel it's really much, much better. It's very pretty this way. So that was another deck that I modified. And then I still have this deck, 2 decks. This is the Crystal Visions Tarot, the one which is much loved. Beautiful. I have it since a long time, one of my earliest decks, and I trimmed it. I edged it in this purple, and I just adore this deck. I love this deck. it's so dreamy, so angelic. It has very special energy. Adorable, really adorable. One of the beautiful decks. This is the moon card. Adorable. I mean, and this is a deck that many of you know it and love it, and I know I've seen it a lot. And modifying it made me feel so connected to it even more. You see all these beautiful fairies. Amazing, amazing. It's a stunning, dreamy deck. It's so romantic, very romantic. So that was my Shadowscapes Tarot. Look at this. Adorable. And my last deck is this Celtic deck, Celtic Tarot. It had white borders. I removed it and I trimmed it, so it looks much better. I like it like this. It's not one of my favorites because some images are a little bit brutal to me. I don't know. I'm not so a fan of this deck, but I trimmed it and I edged it in different colors, and I'm trying to work on it to feel connected to it. And so I think I showed you maybe 20 decks. Those were my last decks. I still have a lot, but I don't want to make a very long video. If you're interested to see modified decks, then just let me know. And I would love to know your opinion. How do you see these decks? Your experience with modifying your decks? And this is a VR invite. I would love to see those our colleagues in YouTube to show us their modified decks. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for watching, and bye.